The sun had barely made its way below the horizon when everyone in the small town of El-Mané was making their way home. All of the streets were lined with small, two-story homes with small porches overlooking the quiet town. Despite being a small town, there was still a certain charm to it. Shadeen was no different. She had been here since she was a child, attending the same small school, and she made the same journey home each day. Her mother worked the night shift at the local pub, and her father worked the day shift at the grain processing plant. She had a close-knit family, which she loved and was grateful for, but she often longed for something bigger. Shadeen couldn't help but wonder what life would have been like if she had grown up in a larger city. What opportunities might have been available to her? As she walked home, she thought of all of the things she wanted to do but never could, of the places she wanted to go and the people she wanted to meet. When Shadeen arrived home, the house was lit only by a single dim light in the living room. Her mother was already asleep, the quiet hum of her snoring echoing throughout the house. Shadeen moved silently to her bedroom and sat down on her bed. The silence of the night was calming, and she found herself looking out her window, watching the stars and dreaming of something greater. The next morning, Shadeen awoke to the sound of birds chirping outside, and she felt a renewed sense of energy and hope. She quickly dressed and made her way to school. As she walked, she saw the storekeepers getting ready to open their shops, the farmers tending to their fields, and the children playing in the open gardens. She thought of how full of life the town was and realized what a wonderful place it was to live. When Shadeen arrived at school, she saw many of her classmates also walking to class and talking about what they did during the weekend. She smiled, thinking about her own weekend and all of the fun things she did. She even got to go out for ice cream with her best friend. At lunchtime, the students all gathered together and conversed about the latest news and gossip, sharing stories and jokes with each other. Shadeen was content, feeling a sense of belonging amongst her peers and her peers amongst her. As the school day came to an end, all of the students said their goodbyes and headed off in different directions. Shadeen walked home, and as she did so, she felt a new sense of perspective, feeling both a connection to her small town and a longing for something bigger.
Do you have a suggestion for a new story? Comment below and subscribe to not miss the next one.